Hi, I just got to my desk. I just got to the desk. I need to turn my actual headphones on. I went down and got a snack for later since I remembered we're doing Clock Tower today. We're doing Clock Tower today. And let me press a few buttons, get that intro music up. And it's like, oh yeah, I'll be going streaming for a little bit today. So might as well get some food, just for later to eat in the break. Anyways, hi. Oh, hey, Sandwich is here. Hello. I do have my YouTube up. Don't worry. Hi. We'll be playing a little bit of the Mermaid's Curse before Blood in the Clock Tower today. Oh, also, Sandwich, since you're here, are you? Oh, first of all, I hope you're well. So since you're here, I want to ask how familiar, how familiar you are, if you are familiar at all, with high-quality video game rips. Because that is something that interests. That is, yeah. Also, yeah. As for the, you are aware of such a gunner? Yes. Okay, cool. Okay, very cool. Yeah. Yeah, man. Like, because I remember you weren't here when I was raving about infinite quality achieved. And if you haven't seen that, you've got to. I hope you've at least seen the Big Beat Radio part, because that was really good. All good. I think you would enjoy it. But yeah, I hope you are doing well. We just got a curse stone last time, and spaghetti-o. It's gonna be something. Let me tell you that. But before I start, I need to actually send the room for Clock Tower later, which is happening at 7 Eastern in an hour and a half from now. I gotta send the room code to Starlight. I just did an empty lobby. Yep. Oh, wow. 3.5 every Tomatilla frame. Yeah, that sounds like something Keith would do. The YouTube clip has been put on hold because, well, 2 reasons. One, I have picked something that's like 2 hours long, and I have thought, like, well, maybe that's not best. I said I would pick something smaller, and I picked something like 2 hours. But secondly, there is another video. There is a video in the pipeline. There's a video gaming video coming out. Oh, American Heart Association, love that. Love that. All right, let me close this out. Let me get this game audio up. And once I just send off that message, we'll be good to go. That's just sending over the passcode. There you go. Okay, let us get going. So, we have this suspiciously empty spot. Last time we did Arnav's chapters from here to here. We did this, and now there's a suspiciously blank spot in between this and the next one, which is, yeah. I wonder what could be here. Anyways, we discovered a cursed stone that Arnav is now in possession of. Now I have a question for you. Who would you like to continue with? Would you like to go with Yuza's second route here? Because this is a dead end for now, at least. Yuza's route, Sato's route, or continue down Arnav's. Do you have a preference, or are you thinking more of a streamer choice kind of thing? I am down for whatever. Dun, 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 dun. Just a little summary. We got, so last time we did this, we discovered that Arnav is searching for mermaids, frankly because Arnav is a big like occult fan, for one, and also because, he found a treasure map hidden in a mermaid mummy that his great-grandmother had. He found it within that like construction or whatever, and that map led him to a cursed stone. Led him to the Curse of the Forsaken Fish. Which was which now we can use it to kill people, which, yay. Anyways, if it's a streamer's choice kind of thing, I think we're gonna, let's see, I want to see this second branch here. I want to see if that'll unlock something here. But yeah, I want to do. Actually, you know what? Actually, no. We're gonna go Arnav. We're gonna keep going Arnav. So I want to see what happens. I think it would be actually cooler to see what this blank spot is if we have the knowledge of everything around it. See if maybe we could figure it out. Arriving on Kaneshima. Avi and Cersei finally arrive on Kamishima on the hunt for clues that'll lead them to a real mermaid. Let's head on down. Got the American and the Brit here. Finally, after our long, arduous journey, we arrive at the fabled island of Kamishima. Hey, you alright? You don't look too good. You mean you're completely fine? Yeah, so Cersei said that she would be, sorry, got a yawn coming on, gonna mute, hold on. Okay, so Cersei said that she, because of all of the negative energy around here, because of all of the negative energy, she is gonna feel sick if she stays on the island for too long. But apparently Arnav's fine. The whole area is literally oozing cursed energy. I didn't think it was so bad before. Is it getting stronger? Can't you dispel curses? Minor ones, sure, but this is on a whole other level. I see. It might be best we don't stay here too long then. Let's just ask around as much as we can. When you feel like you've reached your limit, make sure to tell me, okay? I'll do my best. Alright, we'll start by asking the locals about mermaid legends first. I'd like to ask around to see if anybody knew Mare Minakuchi as well. That's the plan, let's move. Oh. Oh, interesting. Now it locks us out completely. Okay, so I guess we're going here then. Memories of the last summer. The promised day arrives. After the usual morning dive, the group of four meet at the dock. August 8th, 1980X afternoon. Hey, it's Ami Yusa over here. Good timing, I just got back too. Well, Sakasa, how'd it go? Not too shabby if I do say so myself. Check this out. 2 whole scallops. Seriously, Tsukasa? You don't get bragging rights for picking up 2 measly scallops. Sure I do. That was hard work. You should be praising me. Say, Yusa, how many scallops did you get on your first dive again? Plenty, I think. Is that true? Can we look at our diver stats? Okay, it does say our current diver rank, which is 7. I wonder if anybody's diver rank has changed. That would be cool. But, anyway, but yeah, I think that is from all of the time that we spent in our various storage arcs. I wonder if we play it again, if we replay this chapter, if that number will change. No way, you kidding me? Guess there's a good reason they call you the patron saint of diving. Ah, dang it, now my cover's blown. That'll teach me to snag every scallop I see. Anyway, Sakasa, don't let this get you down. You'll improve over time. Man, I've been diving way longer than you, but you're better than me already. Some people are just born to be avid divers, and some people get a tutorial and get to be able to play it over and over again. If you ask me, all that matters is that everyone made it back safe and sound. True. You always know the best thing to say, Sato. For the record, I would prefer a bigger hull of scallops. Then we could have had a feast. Guess I should have seen that coming. So, what's the plan for today? Remember, Sakasa, it's up to you. Right. We promised we'd do whatever you wanted today. You name it, we'll make it happen. Now that's more like it. Let's see. First of all, I want us all to go for a swim in the sea. Ooh, sounds great. Can't even remember the last time we did something like that just for fun. I suspect that the townsfolk will be none too pleased with the curses running around. Right? Right? I want us to forget work and just enjoy the sparkling sea for a change. I even brought a new swimsuit for this. You got one picked out too, right, Sato? Here do. And after that, when it gets dark, let's set off some fireworks. There will be some fireworks, but not of the kind that you're wanting. Ooh, fireworks. And then, let's have a barbecue on the beach and cook up everything we caught today. Sounds like a plan. Just leave it to us. Everyone ready? Then let's do this. There's a shark. It's coming this way. Better watch out, Izami. A close one. What the heck? I'm a good swimmer, but there's no way I'm good enough to outswim a shark. Okay. That's funny. Funny while this lasts, I guess. I'll keep it pinned down. Just get out of here while you still can. And here, take this fin as something to remember me by. Keep it by you always. Sorry, I don't really dig shark fins all that much. My heart. Look at the sea. It's like there are diamonds floating on the surface. It really sparkles, huh? Sure is pretty. Oh, that shark's pretty cool. I should have picked a shark instead of a life buoy. But he's having such a blast. I can't bring myself to ask for a ride on it. Because, well, we already know why. On grilled squid coming right up. Don't throw it, it's piping hot. You're getting squid juice everywhere. Let's see how you like it. Ow, that's hot. You did that to yourself. Hey, check this huge sea snail Tsukasa caught. It's massive. That's right. I may still be a rookie when it comes to scallops, but I got a haul of sea snails to make up for it. So eat up, Izami. Have as many as you want. Hey, can I borrow that lighter? Sure. Want some squid, too? Oh, so I can just grill it directly? Yeah, that's Kongshina's specialty. Fireworks-style squid. Wait, you're actually doing it? The juice is getting everywhere. It burns. Sorry, my hand slipped. There it is. The famous Yusa one-man show. Aw. Again, pleasant for now. But who knows? Oh, more Sato memories. Okay. Huh. But that seems like... Huh. Interesting. Yeah, why is this, like, flattened? Is that saying we've done everything we could and maybe there's still some stuff that we could do here? Who knows? But now let's go to Sato. Let's go to advice. Having grown close to each other, Sakasa Owao has Sato around me that she has something important to discuss. Sato, you got a sec? Well, that started out quickly. So, I was hoping to get a bit of advice. Thing is, you're the only one I can really talk to about this. Sure, what's up? If you got a problem, leave it to me. Kamashima's living, walking, talking encyclopedia. Wow, that's a pretty impressive title, Miss Encyclopedia. Although I think the walking, talking kind of implies you're living already. Either way, I hope you can help. You know that even if it kills me, I'll squeeze every last brain cell I gotta help you, Sakasa. Right. But you're supposed to be a living encyclopedia, so please don't go dying on me. Thanks for being there, though. Come on, let's go somewhere with no one around then. August 6th, morning, Chuo Street. Pardon me a moment, young ladies. You mean us? Sorry for the trouble, but I was hoping to get some directions. Oh, are you here sightseeing? Welcome to Kamishima. I'm afraid it's not quite as relaxing as sightseeing. You seem important. Story. We're looking for the Wakamura residence. Oh boy. Would you happen to know where it is? Also, is that man... No, it doesn't look like a coma. Yeah, the eyebrows aren't right. Wakamura, may I ask who you are? Oh, of course, please pardon my manners. My name is Yumeko Shiki, a housewife from over in Tokyo. Are you the sorcerer that Wakamura keeps mentioning? So that would be interesting if so. Oh. Housewife? And this here is Soto Kiryu. Kiryu-chan! He's something like an assistant to me. My pleasure. We got 2 profiles. Yeah, age secret. Huh. Interesting. Also, ooh, you got some... That'll probably be important, because, yeah, that's not just any... Yeah, you got some marks there. Which, if it wasn't a mystery game, I wouldn't point out. A man who visited alongside, 25 years old. I feel like she might... She's giving, like, Haruo vibes. You must be guest for the old man. The Wakamura home is just up the slope after you head through that alley. It's a bit of a maze, though. Want me to show you? So it was that way. Thank you, but I believe we can manage from here. Oh, believe it or not, we've been running all around the region. We're quite used to the area now. What? Excuse me? Take care then. Ma'am, something the matter? No, it's nothing. I'll tell you later. We'll be on our way then. Sorry for stopping you. Those two had a really strange vibe. Now I'm jumping. Yes, I return to the story chart. Because I'm jumping. I am thoroughly intrigued by that. Futamigara investigation. Recollection: Yumeko Shiki and Soto Kiryu head to the coast of Futamigara after receiving a report about a strange corpse found there. start. August 7th. So this is after. Interesting that they're calling it a recollection sequence if this is after. Because it said August 6th. Let's see. Let us see. Hold on. Hold on. Apparently, Aura got done early, so I am going to send the link to the lobby for Oro real quick. Okay. I think we might only play this for like 30 minutes then. Sorry for calling you all the way out here. Not at all. Thank you for bringing the case to our attention. I hear you've got an unusual corpse on your hands. Well, forensics aren't here yet, so I honestly don't know whether it can even be called a corpse or not. But I do know that it'll cause a stir if anyone catches sight, so right now we're trying to keep the busybodies away. Have we seen you? I don't think so, but it says Issei. No, does not look like we have seen an Issei. Hold on. I'm gonna... Aura's here, let me... add a storyteller request real quick. Hold on, gonna go to a break screen. Just a second. Okay, we're back. I was wondering if Oro was gonna ask me about something. But nope. We're just trying to keep the busybodies away. I sure am glad it happened while you were still here though. Well, with you being from Tokyo Metropolitan Police. Okay, Police Detective Masaru Ide. Where's our cadaver then? Still in the water over there where it was found. Feel free to go ahead and examine it. Over there, I see. Vision ability? Oh, so are we like... Interesting. And then... Oh yeah, there are people gathering around there. And yeah, there is that corpse. That definitely looks like a mermaid thing. He originally came to me from Tokyo to investigate another case. But with so many other incidents occurring, I can't help but get the sinking feeling something troublesome is about to happen. Detective Ida has been a huge help so far. We might be able to reveal some of our circumstances to him. This is Soto Kiryu. He's worked with me as my assistant for a long time now, though he usually makes his living as a psychic detective. Okay, so I was right. He's not officially with the police, but with my assignments being what they are, he has special permission to accompany me on investigations. Psychic detective, Soto Kiryu, an independent psychic who makes his living as Japan's only psychic detective. He has no permanent residence, instead traveling throughout the country for training and resolving any metaphysical incidents he comes across, something which eventually led to him gaining his current moniker within the industry. Although he has a calm and taciturn personality and is possessed of a sharp mind, he's surprisingly sensitive by nature. However, this trait does not extend to mercy towards spirits and other phenomena, which he often ends up subduing by force. His primary spiritual abilities. This will be pretty important. Curses, which we are familiar with. The ability to use particular curses to inflict harm or otherwise negative effects on others. Effects range from forcibly binding a target in place to dealing fatal wounds. The stronger the curse's effect, the greater the burden on the user. Shagun, the ability to see the face of a deceased individual from their remains, allowing for recreation of their features via portrait sketch. This seems like what we have now, the vision ability. Only a small piece of the deceased remains is necessary to use it. However, enough of the thoughts and desires of the dead must remain for it to be effective. Interesting caveat. Feast of Shadows. Well, that is something we are very familiar with. The ability to create a domain in which the potency and range of certain types of spiritual abilities are increased, only effective at night. Soto himself is able to create a domain up to 1 kilometer in range. Soto's family runs a small shrine dedicated to a certain Onmyoji from the Sengoku period. This Onmyoji is said to be an ancestor of the Kiryu family, which may explain why the bloodline has produced many individuals with a strong spirit sense over the years. He was born with an exceptionally potent spirit sense, even within the lineage, leading to his abilities catching the attention of legendary sidekick Itensai Shiki when he was 8 years old. Itensai subsequently took him under his wing as his protege, and Soto underwent rigorous training under his watchful eyes. Even now, he's always quick to respond when summoned by his mentor's wife, Yumiko Shiukioke, and often supports her during his work. He also has a keen interest in swords and is extremely knowledgeable about blades from all countries and eras. So I assume the one earlier in that legend will be relevant. Still a house life, supposedly. Is there anything that stands out to you so far, Soto? I'd like to get a better grasp on the details before saying anything, I think. Do we know what the situation was when the corpse was found? I just got here as well, so I'm not clear on the details myself. But from the sounds of it, a local civilian happened to cross it about an hour ago as they were passing by. They got us on the scene immediately, so no one else should have seen it. That's a relief. We don't want people working themselves into a frenzy over this. Where is that local now? Got someone staking their statement in a nearby police box. I'll let you know when we get more info there. Please do. Let's take a look at that corpse. I see. So this is the corpse in question, is it? Yeah, unusual is certainly one word for it. It's all dried up now, almost like it's been mummified. Well now, we have a mermaid mummy with Arnov, but apart from that, it's pretty safe to say this is a mermaid, right? Let's take a closer look. Yeah, let's look at the tail. The body's lower half is identical to a fish tail. If this was a fish, it'd be a pretty huge one. Torso. It would seem like the fish half of the body begins from the shoulders downward. All the mermaids I'd ever heard of had the fish half start from the waist down. If it's fake, maybe whoever did it didn't do their research. Really, several of the mermaids described in old Japanese legends had their faces as the only human part, though. Seriously? Guess that makes me the one who didn't do their research then. If this really is a corpse, I wonder when they died. I thought their body would have ended up this desiccated if it had been in the sea this whole time. This could be the diver, but I feel, yeah, this could be. I feel like the day matches up, I think. I think there's a possibility that they died, shriveled up into a mummy-like state, then their body fell into the sea and then got washed up here. Well, we know about the curse, so it makes for quite the enigma, that's for sure. Another torso one. No sign of any external wounds. Can't see anything that could have caused their death, at least. Let me go to the curse stone. Curse of the Raging Waves was, yeah, just the one. The one with the Forsaken Fish is the one that gradually turns him into the fish. So, why did it activate? Did they just get too close to it? Like, hold on, I'm looking at it again. Cause yeah, you need to. Yeah, cause because it needs to have a curse bearer, so it feels like they must have put it back in the box recently. If it is the curse of Forsaken Fish, so maybe it's not. There's no doubt it has a human head. That's the main reason we went ahead treating it as a corpse. It makes sense. I can't imagine anyone would have seen a creature like this before at all. If it really is a mermaid, wouldn't it be a pretty huge discovery? It's not the sort of thing we'll be able to make public, that's for sure. I don't suppose we have any way of confirming their identity. Their identity? Given the state of the body, it'd probably be pretty difficult to confirm based on facial features. But we might have a chance using dental records. That would depend on if they've ever had a dental exam. I see, that makes sense. I'm kind of leaning toward being a fake some kind. What do you think? It's true that many of the mermaid mummies discovered were ultimately found to have been man-made. You won't find me complaining if it is. No need to investigate a fake corpse, after all. Maybe that's being too optimistic, though. We'll just have to see about that, won't we? When I first saw the expression, I thought they must have died in unbelievable agony. It is very painful. At the same time, I can't help but feel like they almost look satisfied? Could just be my imagination, though. Satisfied. Yeah, I'm still wondering about the whole, is this the curse? Because the day kind of matches up, but again, that is the obvious explanation. And also, what was the other thing? Yeah, because there would have been no actual curse bearer. This is with Demigara, the coastline just north of Issei City. It's a pretty popular location for tourists, and there are several beaches nearby as well, so a bunch of people are milling around. It certainly is an impressive sight. It's too bad we couldn't come here as simple tourists. If we really do have a mermaid on our hands, do you think all those stories about coming immortal from eating mermaid flesh are true? See, you're curious about that too, detective. Well, I don't know if I'd actually want to eat it, though. Excuse me. Living forever doesn't necessarily mean you'll be happy, you know. Besides, I can't say I find the thought of eating meat from this thing all that appealing. I see. I suppose that's a natural response. But there are plenty of people who would be interested in getting their hands on this corpse for that exact reason. I can see that. We might even have people fighting over it if it gets out. All the more reason to try and keep it hidden. Anything new from you? I think we have a decent grasp of the situation now. What's your opinion, Soda? First of all, based on the state of the corpse, I think it's safe to say this is another case of the curse of the Forsaken Fish. Oh, okay. Some of the residual curse energy is still lingering. Oh, okay, yeah, sensing the curse energy, that is... Yeah, that will probably dispel my previous theory. Just as expected, then. I suppose that's no surprise. What was that just now? We'll try to explain our understanding so far, Detective. I realize some of it may sound a bit absurd, but please, bear with us. This corpse is neither a fake, nor could it be called a mermaid. It is the remains of a human, one who transformed into a fish as the result of curse. A former human. A curse, too. It's pretty hard to know what to say to that. One thing's for sure, that's not going to fly in the case report by itself. And explain it a bit more for me. Of course. Let's start with an explanation of our circumstances, then. I'll let you handle the explanations, ma'am. Leave it to me. In return, I'll be counting on you to handle the report. Found it. Hold on. Oh, wait. How much time has passed since the victims succumbed? Probably been more difficult to determine that the cause of it happened a while ago. I was wanting to see if we could use the vision ability on it, but no. Talk about the department. I suppose I shall start with a brief explanation of the department I work for. Aren't you some secret department in Tokyo? Are you sure you should be telling me something like that? I'm not gonna get caught up in any troublesome business if you do, am I? And no one need worry. I doubt it'll come to that. Probably. Our work is mostly kept a secret because it's something of a pain who will find people who will accept, let alone understand, the circumstances each time. But you've been very supportive so far, so I can't imagine that'll be a problem. Well, if you really insist, go ahead, I guess. As you say, my department is indeed part of the security division. Its proper name is the Paranormal Affairs Bureau. Files updated. Okay, we're gonna want to read this one, I bet. Paranormal Affairs. Interesting. A yin-yang with birds. Cool. Although officially called the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department Security Division Paranormal Affairs Bureau, it's more commonly referred to simply as Paranormal Affairs. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of an idea that I have for going for if I ever go 2D, for if I ever get a 2D model, is if I do that, and if I do like a 2D debut and I say this is what my model is called and all that, just to make like the debut, to make like the model name and like the debut event itself, the name of that, just to make it as long as I feasibly can, and just keep adding more and more onto the end of it. If I ever do that, well, I'm very excited for that bit if that happens. Only a handful of people know of its existence, even within the police force. As the name itself suggests, the unit specializes in the investigation and resolution of cases involving paranormal phenomena. Since the existence of such happenings is not public knowledge, nor is it readily believed by the general population, the Bureau's activities are conducted in the utmost secrecy. As there are currently only 5 members in the unit, including the chief, they utilize a network of psychic contacts across the country to assist with their cases. The current chief of Paranormal Affairs is a man named Kuryu Nagagoshi. Although said to have been born to a family of psychics who have been involved in keeping the world safe from paranormal phenomena for generations, Kuryu is an elusive figure. Very few have met him in person, and he's rarely seen in the office. It is said that this is because he has often been the target of curses. However, some theorize that it's in fact because Kuryu is not actually a flesh and blood human, with some going so far as to question whether he really exists. His seat in his office is usually occupied by his familiar, a Nue, a legendary creature found in Japanese folklore. That's fun. The Nue resembles an ordinary white thrush and acts as Kuryu's messenger, leading to bizarre scenes of police officers earnestly reporting their findings to a bird. The term Nakagoshi case serves as a code name used to refer to cases under investigation by Paranormal Affairs. Okay. Gotcha. Jeez, Paranormal Affairs Bureau, huh? If there really are cases of spiritual phenomena causing harm around the place, guess it's not that hard to believe there's some sort of organization to deal with them within the police. Precisely. I'm so glad you're so quick on the uptick. Well, after seeing that corpse over there, there's not much else I can do but believe it, you know. Oh, does that mean you have spirit sense, or some other sort of psychic powers? Not to any notable degree, I'm afraid. As I mentioned, I'm primarily a housewife. If you ask me, I'd rather sort this all out and get back home to my husband as soon as possible. Right. Toto here is my husband's protege when he used to work as a psychic, though. He helps me out on any work I'm assigned to. I'm responsible for handling any spiritual work that comes up, yes. Spiritual work, huh? Hearing you say that, like it's just another job, makes me feel like we're talking about another industry entirely. But if you really are just a housewife, Mrs. Shiki, why are you working for a special unit like that? I know it's none of my business, but if your husband is a psychic, wouldn't this all be in his line of work? True. Personally, I'd also rather our roles were reversed. But there are several reasons why that, unfortunately, can't be the case. Huh. Interesting. I see. I don't really know your circumstances, but it sounds pretty tough. Either way, I should be good to put this down as a paranormal affairs case, right? That should be fine, yes. You can leave the rest of the investigation to us. Leave the busting to us. Bustin', bustin', bustin'. So I have the report. More specifically, Soto. Space. I love that. I love the expression. Yeah, we do love our Phineas and Ferb references here as well. Really? Thanks. That's a great help. And not again. Okay. There we go. We are Itensai Shiki's wife, paranormal affairs employee. Secret age. Still. Makes me think that perhaps you may be one of the 800-year-old people walking around. Huh? A woman who balances her work as a housewife with her position as a full-time employee of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau. Although the very image of a refined lady in appearance, she has a surprisingly free-spirited personality and tends to find anything she has no interest in too bothersome to take seriously. Things that do catch your attention, though, often command all of it. She'll actively involve herself in looking into them. She utterly adores her husband, swooning in admiration whenever the topic turns to him. Aww. And she's also viewed with affection by her co-workers, who call her ma'am. Out of the 5 current full-time members of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, Yumiko alone lacks any particular metaphysical abilities, despite possessing a meager degree of spirit sense. Even though she was chosen to be part of the Bureau's elite unit for very particular reasons. Reasons known only to a handful of people close to her, because she's immortal. There's one other member of the Bureau who had no paranormal powers to speak of. Veteran Police Detective Tetsuo Susumi. Ayo. Aim drop. Love that, man. And the two occasionally worked on investigations together. Nice. When dispatched on assignments now, she pairs up with freelance psychic detective Soto Kiryu, weaving all paranormal-related procedures, and often her much-despised paperwork, to him. Yumiko's husband is also a psychic by the name of Itensai Shiki, and Soto's his cherished protege. Okay. Very cool. And more files. Probably... Oh, psychic spirit sense. I was going to say maybe for Issei, but I think we got that already. Abnormal occurrences attributed to spirits of the dead are referred to as spiritual phenomena. It can range from small peculiarities to larger-scale phenomena, powerful enough to defy the laws of physics, potentially even triggering natural disasters. Harmful spiritual phenomena that cause unwanted effects by interfering with nature or tampering with the human body or mind are called curses. Those that occur naturally, often arising from negative emotions such as deep resentment of the dead, and those that are intentionally created by someone with spiritual abilities using an existing spirit or grudge. However, creating one is quite difficult, and there's risk of the curse rebounding and causing harm to the creator instead. The more powerful the curse, the more stringent the conditions that are required to use it. Yeah, the curse of the forbidden fish is pretty stringent. You gotta be in Issei Bay. Well, the target's gotta be in Issei Bay, and you gotta know exactly where in Issei Bay they are at that very moment. It's a pretty stringent condition. The ability to see the energy of spirits and spiritual phenomena is known as spirit sense. The strength of this ability varies from person to person. While it can be increased to a certain extent through training, it ultimately comes down to the individual's innate talent. According to those who have it, spirit sense is similar to the sense of smell. The lingering spiritual energy in an area can be detected by what feels like specialized sense organs, conveying info such as the relative strength of the phenomenon and whether it's benevolent or malevolent in nature. Those with a particularly potent spirit sense are also able to glean specific details from the energy and even track it down to identify its origin. However, as spiritual energy is unaffected by air movement, it's not possible to use wind to drive it away. The ability to see spiritual phenomena is considered a psychic ability, further described below. Spiritual phenomena occur regardless of one's ability to perceive them. So many people that lack spirit sense are affected by such phenomena without any awareness of the cause. As spirit sense is impossible to quantify, comparing its strength between individuals is different. However, as tolerance to forcible exposure to spiritual phenomena is comparable to tolerance to alcohol, there are those who use this comparison when explaining to others. Oh, too far down. Psychic ability is a special power to interact with or influence spirits. It covers a wide range of abilities, from simply being able to see spirits to being able to directly control or exercise them. It also includes the ability to intentionally induce spiritual phenomena in order to use specific skills, such as peering into the future, capturing images with psychic photography, or searching for objects using dowsing. Individuals who possess such abilities are known as psychics. People who possess spirit sense but lack psychic ability are particularly susceptible to the influence of spiritual phenomena, whether they're aware of it or not, and as such often fall victim to supernatural disasters or disturbances. It's good to know. Talk. More about the department, please. So, does that mean he came all the way to Mie because he knew something like this was going to happen? Oh, that's awfully perceptive of you, Detective. I suppose you could say that, yes. At the very least, this situation hasn't come as a huge surprise. If that's the case, was the body from the other day one of those cases too, then? Oh, shoot. Oh, I missed. God dang it. You know what? I'm gonna save. Yeah, we are. I'm gonna save here. Can I go to the story chart? Hopefully, you know what? No, okay, I'll just keep going. Seriously, that does sound like a pain to deal with. Somebody please remind me. I bet our chief knew all about this when he assigned me to the case. If it lessens the burden, you've been a great help to us so far, Detective. Talk about curses. Still, I never would have thought there's a curse out there that can turn people into fish. And only half worked, so the victim ended up looking like a mermaid. That's bound to cause misunderstandings. The curse is originally meant to turn a person's whole body into that of a fish, you see. But the victim died before the transformation was complete, so it stopped before it could reach that point. The vast majority of the mermaids discovered are either man-made fakes, or victims of the same curse. I see. To be honest, part of me was kind of excited when I first saw what it looked like. I thought that it might mean there are really mermaids out there, you know? Exactly like the ones you hear about in stories. I'm afraid we can neither confirm nor deny things there. I get why you're asking about the corpse's identity now. It's because you realize they used to be human, right? That's right. Very recently, too. The transformation likely happened yesterday. Or even earlier today. Okay, so August 5th to 6th. Not recently. Someone could end up in a state like this after just a day? They certainly could. Seriously. These curses sure are scary. I'll get forensics to take a look when they get here then. Please do. The investigator in question has worked on paranormal affairs cases before, so they shouldn't need any explanation. Ah, right, the case from yesterday. Great. That should save us some effort then. Let's talk about spirit sense. Now, I sometimes find myself wondering if I have a bit of spirit sense as well. There have been times I caught sight of strange things when walking down a road at night. When I looked into it later, I found that the place I'd walked by had been the side of an accident or the like. Oh? That might be the real deal then. It's definitely a possibility. I'd advise you of not getting too close to anything you see of that nature. It's become easier for them to target you if they realize you're aware of them, you see. Hey, so what happened then? Guess I'd end up possessed or something. There is that danger, yes. In the event you're possessed, you may find yourself afflicted by headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations. Memory problems and impaired thinking are also not unheard of. Headache and muscle stiffness definitely rings a bell. I sure hope it isn't the work of some spirit. Interesting, we might want to keep that in mind then. Do people have their personalities taken over when possessed too? It may be possible with spirits who had a very close relationship to their target, such as if they were siblings or parent and child. But you almost never hear about people being taken over completely. The negative effects I just mentioned are primarily caused by the two parties not being in sync. That's good to know, I think. And if such a spirit were able to successfully possess someone, It would only be able to pressure them to behave in ways that wouldn't be unusual for the individual in question. I see, but in that case, there's no way of knowing whether you're behaving that way of your own will or not, right? Well, ways that wouldn't be unusual. Well, okay, so that's different than a curse stone, because remember the curse stone, translated thoughts into people to kill. And some people were able to avoid that, and some people not so much. And actually, that brings me to something I found very, very interesting, which is when Arnav got the curse stone, he was not plagued by a desire to kill. Although that might be because, maybe it's because he wasn't in a Feast of Shadows. Maybe that's why. But there could be another explanation. Exactly. That's the prevalence of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. So that's how things work there. As far as I know, I haven't been having any problems like that, though, so I think I should be fine. More about curses. Cursed one day, a mummified corpse the next. Sure is a scary world we live in. The curses is done. Having spirit sense seems like it's more trouble than it's worth somehow. Yeah, and our department. I don't mind occult stuff, so I've been asking all these questions out of curiosity, but it's probably best I don't get too involved in all this paranormal business, right? You must have a good reason for keeping it under wraps, after all. I think that would be wise, yes. We've already talked to you. Okay. Sound of the waves and the buzz from the onlookers fills the air around us. I suppose it's inevitable that the police being around would draw people's attention. I just hope it doesn't cause a commotion. Okay, we talked to you about everything. It's Masruide, a detective from the local police. He's acting as my point of contact while I'm over here, as well as providing any support I need. I don't doubt it's quite a troublesome assignment. There are a lot of things that need to be kept secret from him. But he's been very good at not prying into the particulars while doing what needs to be done, occasional grumbling notwithstanding. Given what this case has ended up involving, though, the particulars may not end up remaining undisclosed for much longer. Okay, the professional pretext. Oh, do you like puzzles? You like puzzles, combination puzzles, huh? Ma'am? What is it? Perhaps I could use my shagging ability. Oh, okay. That's an excellent idea. I almost forgot we have such a handy trick of our sleeve. What does that do? Patience, detective. You'll see soon enough. Right. Okay. There, it's done. So it went well, did it? Well done, Soto. What's all this about then? Soto can see the face of the deceased from a piece of their remains, however small. He can then sketch their features based on what he saw. So that's how you gotta sketch the victim in the other case. An ability like that would be priceless if we could use it on the force, you know. Well, I hear it doesn't always work, so it's unfortunately not foolproof. So, what did our victim look like? Oh, interesting. That very much looks like one Mare Minakuchi. But he went missing 5 years ago, which, well, now that begs all sorts of new questions. Okay, Yumika's a face. It's Somakawa. Oh, it's Somakawa. You can't mean. Is that somebody different? Okay. Yep, I forgot to click the button there. So, let's go in there again. Resume. Start from conversation part 2. Yeah, okay, there, yeah, okay. Let's go quickly. Sorry, I have to pause so I make sure I don't miss it. Do-do. 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 Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Okay. Okay. I think it's right around here because we're discussing the previous case. Yeah. Oh. Are you... Oh, it's another Shiki chapter. Okay. I do wish to return because now we have you. Whoa. Okay. So we now have everything we can get from Yumiko as of right now. So there will be no more chapters after this. Unidentified skeletons. Also, let me quickly check in on the room. Okay. Still looks like just Mioro and Felix. Yumiko Shiki arrives in Toba City, Mie Prefecture, to investigate the discovery of skeletal remains with their assistant, Solo Kiryu. Date unknown, August 1980X. Morning, Toba City, Ishika Town. Welcome, ma'am. I've been waiting for you. The site where the bones are found is a little ways offshore from this beach. You went ahead and started the investigation, I see. Thanks for that. Not at all. You clearing everything with local policemen. All I had to do was arrive and inspect the remains myself. To get straight to the point, there is no doubt. Signs of a curse are clearly evident. Skeletal remains are tied to a supernatural incident. Seems I was right to trust my intuition on this one. Alright then, let me hear the full report. Understood. Do. Ooh, got a little house up there. Yeah, this is so cool, this piecing together of photos. This is the town of Ijika in Toba City. There is a historic place known for its divers. I know it well. It's almost also famous as the filming location of one of Japan's most well-known monster films. I wouldn't know about that myself, ma'am, but you seem unusually well versed. Ah, so you like your monster flicks. Love that. Those old tokusatsu films are the best. You should watch some for yourself, Soto. As you wish, I'll look into it. That's really cool that you like them. That's very fun. Stone and mirror, huh? Maybe this is where maybe this is where a certain mirror is kept. Diligent and earnest young man. His mentor, my husband, has nothing but praise for his skills, so he has my complete trust. I know I shouldn't rely on him too much, but he's so good at noticing the finer details that I often find myself doing so. Okay. Skeletal remains. Again, shall we review the details? But let's get into the deets. Is that really necessary? Horizon may help us notice something we missed. Not a day goes past that I don't admire your diligence, Soto. My thanks. I'll strive to be brief. A few days ago, a fisherman off the coast here held up a long, rod-like object. It resembled a human bone, so he notified the police. Oh, that was about 10 days ago. So he fished it up completely by chance. Following that, the police conducted an underwater investigation of the surrounding area. They discovered multiple skeletal remains in a fissure beneath the rocks. All the remains were already severely deteriorated, with each being several years to several decades old. I wonder if this is around Ryugu then. Oh, got a message. As a result, forensics struggled to identify the victims. There was just too little to go on. There's Starlight in the room now. So I told Starlight to message when arriving so I could bring it up to Storyteller. But yeah, seems that Starlight just, anyways. Only fragments of the skull remained, so facial reconstruction was apparently not possible. Hardly surprising in such a state. Still, with your ability, we hardly need facial reconstruction, do we? Indeed, I'll report my discoveries shortly. I had already planned to come here to Toba together with Soto on another case, but the news of skeletal remains being found caught my eye, so I sent him ahead to investigate. As expected, it turned out to be the result of a curse, likely a troublesome one at that. State of the sea. You can see the sea from here all the way to Kamishima. Do you sense anything out there, Soto? Yes, I do. The waters south of Kamishima are saturated with the powerful presence of the curse of the raging waves. I can sense it even from this distance. That's how strong it is. Is that so? Looking out to the sea, I can't see a thing. I just hope this means we've made it in time. Even during the disaster 5 years ago, ooh, fun little pose, the energy was never this overwhelming. The seal is broken. There's no doubt about it. So it's already broken. That isn't good. The sea still seems calm, though. Does the storm not break out immediately? Yeah, something seems to be holding it back for now. Oh, so there's a silver lining at least. Seems stable for the moment. We probably have 2 or 3 days of safety. Then we got a bit of breathing room. Perhaps there's still something we can do. That would be nice. More on the remains, please. You know, one possibility comes to mind. Will you humor me? Please, go ahead. I wonder if those skeletal remains could be the victims of the Kamishima Southern Sea disaster from 5 years ago. That is a good shout, but regrettably, that's not the case. Oh, darn it. Please don't sound so defeated. I really am liking these little peeks into his characters' personalities that, we don't like, that I didn't assume. Like, I didn't assume you'd be a fan of monster movies, or didn't assume you'd be like, oh, darn it, another hypothesis failed, or whatever. Forensics confirmed 5 bodies in total, but it said that each had decomposed over a different length of time. Oh, meaning they didn't die at the same time. Correct. The most recent appears to date back 6 years. The others go back some 10 years before that, and another 10, and another 10, so on. So roughly 1 body every 10 years. Maybe that has something to do with keeping the curse at bay? Indeed. I imagine that any older remains have simply decayed entirely, which means someone's been using that fissure as a place to dump corpses for decades. It's surrounded by rock, and with minimal currents in the area, it's unlikely they drifted there naturally. Had that bone not been fished up by chance, we'd never know. In other words, it was an ideal site for quietly disposing of bodies. So this was no accident. Someone did this. I imagine quite some resentment must have piled up over the years. Indeed, but I've already cleansed the lingering resentment in the area. Leaving such resentment fester could lead to a curse manifesting after all. Well, you're a bit too late on that. Efficient as always. My thanks. State of the sea. I hope we can do something about the curse of the raging waves while it's still being held back. Yes, but despite all efforts, we haven't found a way to lift the curse. We might have quite a struggle ahead of us. That's really the heart of the problem, isn't it? And we have no idea where your ancestors' keepsake is either. I apologize on behalf of my family. Aw. No need to put your name into this. There's one more point of concern that all the remains have in common. Go on. Each body bore a clean, precise cut. Clearly 7. 7? Saying they were sliced straight through the bone. Oh, that's... Yeah, that is definitely... That might be one of the other curses we've seen. the one that was happening, but why just one? Why just one when we've seen several go off? And Sato, it might have been Sato's, but Sato healed from hers. Each was sliced down through the bone, all with a clean cut as smooth as the last. Forensics noted that reproducing such uniform cuts would be extremely difficult, even with industrial equipment. Such precision would have been unachievable decades ago. One possible explanation is that a master swordsman, wielding a razor-sharp katana, cleaved each of them in a single stroke. Yes, well, that would certainly explain it, but warriors don't exactly run around with swords in this day and age. That is true. Which brings us to the possibility of a curse, I suppose. Correct. If the cuts were made by supernatural means, the rules change. It turns out there were traces of a curse at each of the severed points. It was just a matter of time until we found one. Also, for the briefest of moments, I glimpsed a curse echo that looked like a warrior in armor. A curse echo in armor. Yes, judging from the crest on its armor, given our location, it appears to be a curse tied to the Heike. Oh, right. The Heike. You are familiar with the Heike, I assume. Let's see what she says when she says, "Oh well." Heike. I'm not too sure. Heike were a branch of the Taira clan, a warrior family who rose to power at the end of the Heian period. From their base in Ise province, they extended their influence, reaching great heights under Taira no Kiyomori. But in their pride, they were defeated by the Genshi in what's now known as the Genpei War. Ah, yes. Of course, I knew that. Okay, that is probably where us coming into play. Tale of the Heike preserved just how prosperous they were before they fell. Many who lived through the downfall carried deep regrets. Their resentment is especially persistent. Many traces remain today, and they can be quite meddlesome. Indeed, you hear about it all over the place. I guess even by expert standards, it's quite the problem. What's more, the katana that Curse Echo carried, I believe it may have been the famed blade Nukamaru. Nukamaru? Yes, a blade passed down to the Heike, once wielded by Taira no Taramori. I see. It would seem your love of swords has proved rather useful here. So what you're saying is these skeletal remains were cut and killed by the power of Tatamori's curse. Can't say it was Tatamori himself, but I'm confident that it is a curse from someone within the Heike. At the very least, it offers an explanation for those mysteriously perfect cuts. The body's being dumped every decade. Surely that can't be the curse too, can it? Correct. I imagine that part likely involves further intervention by someone else. So this wasn't an accident by some spontaneous curse. There's a perpetrator out there. And one who's been at it for decades, probably. Or somebody who's passed it down. I can't imagine any psychic with enough power to wield such a curse would dispose of bodies so poorly. My theory is that someone's using a curse stone. They are killing through its curse, then discarding the bodies. Curse stone. Think of it as a talisman that lets even those without spirit sense use the power of curses. They're created when intense resentment fuses with a suitable relic. That sounds dangerously convenient. Almost as if the rules of which were written for a story that someone is playing through right now. There were a few incidents involving curse stones in Tokyo last year, actually, didn't you hear? Oh, now that you mention it, that somewhat rings a bell. So, in short, whoever's behind this possesses a stone imbued with the Heike's curse. Also the memories. Again, these people have someone has some sort of like memory loss. He's losing memory of the Heike story, losing memory of the story of these curses. We are getting recollection fragments that are happening. We're getting recollection fragments, obviously, of things that are happening beforehand, things that, we shouldn't be getting recollections of, so. They use it to kill someone roughly every decade, dumping the body into the sea. That aligns with the evidence. Thank you for the summary. More about the remains. About those skeletal remains. Were you able to use your shotgun, Soda? I did. It only worked on the most recent body, though. The one from 6 years ago. By viewing part of the remains, I was able to reconstruct the portrait sketch of how he looked when he was alive. Here's a copy. I've already provided one to the police as well. Impressive. That ability of yours remains quite the asset. Not always. There are times when the vision just doesn't come through. It's far from infallible. Besides, there are those who could simply speak directly with the victim's spirit and ask who did it. Even so, none of those methods would hold up as admissible evidence in court. But as a lead in our investigation, it's more than enough. Excellent work. Thank you. We had the police compare the sketch against missing people from 6 years ago, but no matches were found. God, would have made things much easier. Detective Ide is continuing the investigation. Ah, the detective with the local police. I've heard he's good, so let's hope he proves it. Oh, hey, Starbriar. Welcome on in. How are you guys doing? Thank you so very much for raiding. My name is Ty, for those that don't know. I assume the community's familiar with me by now. Doing great. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. We're going to get into some Clock Tower storytelling, actually, in just a bit. But for now, we are midway through Paranormasight, the Mermaid's Curse. I can show you how far I've gotten in this game. Just a second. Let's head to the story chart. Oh, wait. Not the best idea, actually, because then I'd have to restart the chapter. Anyways, we are a good way to do this game. See, the first, if you have not played this game, or have not played Seven Mysteries of Hanjo, and you want to play, and this game seems interesting enough to play for yourself, do it. Do it. This game is well worth the money and then some. It is incredible little, like, horror visual novel kind of game. Luckily, this one has only, like, apparently has literally only one jump scare. But yeah, we are investigating some cases here through various perspectives, and we're trying to figure out all of these curses that are coming to light and why, and people are using these curses to do harm on other people, and we need to figure this out through various perspectives in this game. In this game, it's various perspectives. And we try to stop it from happening. So yeah, but again, if you need to raid and run, don't you worry. Do whatever you need. But yeah, I'm glad that you all are here. Thank you for joining us. Actually, this is a good time to check on the clock tower room. Let's see, okay, Starlight is in. I did say I would like promote Starlight to storyteller. So when Starlight got in. So, I think we're just about at the end of this chapter. Okay. Yeah, anyways, we have all of these little files here. We got, like, locations, old tales, tales and myths. You got the little curses that we're dealing with here. Also, this is very interesting that curse stones, we only have... Seems like there are only 2 curses, 3 curses in play. That's a lot. Interesting. Get some food. Hope you have a lot of fun. Hope your food is enjoyable for you. Have a good time. Say, Soto, that sketch of yours. Maybe we should show it to some of the locals. Good point. Someone might recognize them if they were around here 6 years ago. If we can identify the victim, it can help us trace the one who used the curse. I guess we just can't leave things be now that we know there's a curse involved. Honestly, I'd rather not deal with it. There you go again. You sure that's not something you should be saying out loud? Obviously not. I just want to get this over with and go home, that's all. Yes, yes. I don't know how much you love your home. Maybe if she's immortal, maybe she's worried people recognize. Man, behind you. Uh-oh. This isn't the first time. This isn't the first time that, at least, that I've thought that things might be appearing behind us. Behind people that we are possessing. So, the question is, are they seeing us? Are they seeing something else? Like, are they seeing the same thing, different things each time? Let's turn the vision ability on. Oh, hello. Who's that? Just someone from town passing by. Oh boy, you're scared. Oh, you are very scared. Maybe this is where our one jump scare comes in. Also, no, you look different enough from Mara Minakushi. You look very scared. She bolted. Soto after her. On it. Hey, stop. Let me go. I didn't do nothing wrong. Apprehended the suspect. Good work. Sorry for the rough handling. Mind helping us out a bit? What are you doing here? Why did you run? What? Don't get smart with me. You're the suspicious ones. Sneaking around, poking into things. You think folks won't be wary with shady types like you wandering through town. I see. Sorry if we gave you a scare. We're with the police. Nothing shady here. You're with the police? Seriously? You heard about the skeletal remains found nearby, yes? That's what we're looking into. Don't look like police. Say, do you live around here? There's something I'd like you to take a quick look at. Do you recognize this face at all? We believe you may have been around here about 6 years ago. Oh. Nope, don't know him. I see. And could you point us in the direction of someone who might know about people coming and going in town? No idea. Ask whoever you want. Can I go now? Got nothing to do with this, don't know a thing. Sorry for holding you up. That is concerning. What a peculiar woman. It was like her mind was somewhere else entirely. Well, either way, we should talk to more people in town. Agreed. Also, can you ask around and find out who that woman is? Of course. Alright, enjoy your work. Several hours later. Oh, okay. Starlight. I assume that's just you getting my attention. Starlight, I have found that it resets after each stream. We are on 8 now. So you are aware. For whatever, there's a thing called push the button in my chat. And I need to get it to actually reset after... I need to actually spend time to get it to actually save after each stream rather than reset. Anyways, I'll be right back. I'm finishing up where I am. In my game, yeah. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, hi Starlight. I'll be right back. I've learned a few things. Excellent, let's hear it. Also, hi Kiwi and Apple, welcome on in. Welcome on in. We are playing Paranormasight, but we're about to switch to Blood in the Clock Tower. We're gonna do like 5 more minutes of this. Court and Town Center are down that way, so this area is technically the outskirts. It's a quiet town, so stranger loitering here definitely attract attention. Yeah, how you doing? How you doing today? That's a good point. About the portrait sketch. I showed the sketch of the victim to several townsfolk. However, it seemed that no one recognized them at all. Unfortunate. I suppose chances are he wasn't in this area to begin with. Guess we'll have to place our hopes on Detective Ide, then. Oopsies. Think. Split up to ask around town, but all the leads I found didn't actually lead anywhere. Just not cut out for this kind of legwork. It seems... about the woman. I also asked around about the woman. Apparently she isn't originally from here. Is that so? Indeed. Apparently she wandered into town around 5 years ago. She's been living alone in a cheap rental apartment on the outskirts of town ever since. When she first arrived, she had nothing but an old wooden box, which she was clutching as if it were very dear to her. A tama tobacco, then? Nothing but an old wooden box. Supposedly, she used to work as an armor diver. Around when she first moved here, she'd occasionally go diving for fish. But these days, she keeps to herself, and no one ever sees her diving anymore. No one really knows how she supports herself, and many of the islanders find her unsettling. Perhaps she fled from something and moved her life here. So yeah, maybe it really is Mara Minakuchi. I suggested yes, but she's never spoken about her past, so no one knows for sure. Although, according to her landlord, she's never been late on rent. She's never caused any problems either. Still, it seems odd she gets so worked up about strangers coming to town. Doesn't seem like she's in any position to be worrying about that, unless she knows something that we don't. You think she might be hiding something? It's possible. Her attitude changed the moment we said we were with the police. Perhaps she was keeping watch over the coast where the bodies were dumped, waiting to see if someone showed up. Right, I mean, the most recent body's from 6 years ago. She arrived in town 5 years back. The timing is rather suspicious when you look at it like that. We'd best keep an eye on her. Agreed. Were you able to get her name? Apparently her last name is Samakawa, but I didn't manage to get her first name. Okay, yeah, okay, that definitely tracks now. Samakawa. Does that name sound so familiar? You've heard it before. I think so, but can't quite remember where. But I am a woman who cast off her past long ago. I guess I shouldn't let it bother me. Not this again. Let's leave any time-consuming background checks to Detective Ide. Very well. I'll inform him. Samakawa. Probably Mari Minakuchi. Okay. Now we have a lot more to go off of, so I'm going to save here. And we are going to head into Clock Tower. Give me just a second. Let me change the thing. Maybe turn off my game audio. Might turn off my game capture. Turn on desktop capture. Turn on and then hello, hello. Start my virtual camera. And
as I've said, it's very lonely being the only one in these fucking seats.
Yeah, I feel ya. Hold on, let me. Oh yeah, I need to stop the YouTube stream and switch over to the other one for Clock Tower. Although yeah, let me do that. All right.